once you're confident, man, you can do anything. You have to first believe yourself that you can do it, man. And that takes a lot of the fright or the fear in anything. Just being confident and standing behind yourself. If nobody else gonna believe, it's gonna be you. That's the best and the most important person that needs to believe and be confident in yourself. So once you do that, and it's contagious, man. That confidence, you can give like confidence. They don't really say you can give it, but I believe like when you're around confident people, I believe it just goes. It fills the room and the environment, man. So yeah, confidence is essential, man.
Boom! We in the gym. Fucking the EJ gym. A guy to elevate your mindset. Yo, I have a special guest on the line. I'll let him introduce himself.
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Genius Jones, man. Father, actor, comedian, amongst all those titles. But most of all, just a lover of God, man, and just a steward, somebody who's trying to live, learn, and progress, man. That's what it's about.
Right. We want to clap it up for Genius Jones. I know Genius is a great guy. We're actually part of the Three Amigos. We're just missing Mike right now. We need to get help them elevate their mindset. But right now we're in EJ's gym. And Genius, tell the people where you're from, Genius.
Originally from the Washington, D.C. area, county right outside D.C., PG County, Maryland. Also the county where Kevin Durant is actually from. So that's where, that's why I started everything at. And then I've been in North Carolina for about 6 or 7 years now. So, but originally Maryland, man, 301 all day.
Really? All right, born and raised. All right, so tell me about your upbringing down there, man. Like going through elementary school and everything else. Were you always in comedy? Were you into sports? What did you do as a kid?
I didn't find my voice too much, man, for real, until I got a little older. Grew up with my mom and my sister. So shout out to all the single moms out there, strong single moms out there. So she raised me up. I got into sports when I could, not school system wise though. My grades was never good. I couldn't get that 2 point. I couldn't maintain that 2.0.
Really?
And right around sports time, it'll drop to a 1.8. So you know what I'm saying? Don't judge me, judge your mother. But just coming up, really playing boys and girls club ball. I tried a little bit of everything: baseball, football, basketball. But having my mother there, she didn't really push me to do anything like a dad would have. So everything was my option. So a lot of those sports, I probably start and stop. But I played, I think, basketball the longest, and football was second. So basketball all the way up until I was about 17.
So you said you didn't find your voice. So when did you actually find your voice? Was that the comedic voice that you're talking about?
Yeah, I would say probably around 23, 24 when I actually found my voice, man. Yeah, when I actually found my voice, like, hey, man, I'm a professional talker. I feel like I can do this. And it came at like a trying time when I was like, I had my kids young. My first kid came at 20. So right around 23, like my life was so expedited, like I didn't really get that teenhood experience because I was a father early. It took like a trying time in my life where I had to decide what I wanted to do. I had a stint in the military I did for 6 years, and I was just trying to find out what my purpose was. And it was like I was doing a lot of stuff, like trying to find out if I wanted to, do music, which everybody has that dream for some reason. If I wanted to have a t-shirt business, it was just so many different ideas. Like, man, I'm in this trying time. I need some motivation. So why don't try motivational speaking? So I kind of started that. I came up with the name Genius Jones around that time. So it's probably been almost 10 years. And I had a podcast when I started. It was about sports. And I was just trying a whole bunch of different things and nothing really stuck until right around that time where I took my first coaching job for a Little League flag team. I think 3 or 4 years old was the age group. And then that's when I started. I found out I had a passion to speak and lead and teach. In that coaching environment, that's like one of the funnest times of my life. I wasn't working at that time. I was going between jobs, and that little volunteer experience coaching like really opened my eyes, man. I had so much fun not getting paid. It was like, man, you would think I was getting paid out there. I was out there doing it for free, but that was my life. And I really started knowing I had a voice to lead right then, about 23, 24, when I took that coaching job.
So what was the transition like after? So knowing that you found your voice and you had that passion to speak, what was your transition then?
So I started doing a motivational speaking thing, and I was doing it, and I can talk with the best of them. So anything talking doesn't really bother me. So I can do anything in that talking room. But I feel like from about 23 on, I had that gene to be able to make people laugh. And I really didn't want to be labeled a comedian. So that's big for anybody listening. It's like, I didn't want to label myself a comedian because I felt like it was difficult. It was a more difficult job to do. And I felt like motivational speaking was a little easier. That's just being transparent. I feel like me to be able to make up some quotes or some acronyms was a lot easier than having the job of making people laugh. So I kind of shied away from it for a while. And, I like to create, I like to put together films, kind of like, mindset Tyler Perry wise, like to set up skits and things of that nature. And I really didn't I wanted to do it, but I didn't want the label. Because I think the label came with so much weight. So I shied away from the label for a long time. So when I'm about 20, 25, maybe almost 27 years old, I think I really started, all right, man, I think I'm gonna roll this, this whole comedian thing and take the name. And my wife was like, hey, man, you've been doing, you're making people laugh adjacent for a while.
Why?
You have to claim the title because you don't want the work that it involves, but you've been doing it for a while. I think that's where your real heart and your passion is. And I started, it's all creating. Mm-hmm. I was creating in different ways, it's all speaking, just where I wanted to funnel with that. And I'm always playing, man. That's just, all the stuff that you see is just me, really. It's the same personality. It's like, it's no pull. Your purpose shouldn't pull from you. That's a word. Your purpose shouldn't pull from you, man. It should be easy. It should be like, like walking and like breathing. And then when you're doing it, man, it should bring you peace and it should be easily done. So probably, man, I say in the last 5 to 6 years, I got in this comedic realm. So
right. So you had the idea. You have the Jones Family Hustle, right? So So how was it like approaching your wife and your kids? Like, were they just all in?
No, it was a little difficult because they didn't like to do the whole camera thing. And, they didn't mind like me putting in positions, but they really wasn't like camera focused people. I was kind of, it's like it's something that I had like for a while, just being able to be in front. I can be in front of people and not mind looking crazy. Like a lot of people don't like that. Like, man, I don't want to look crazy in front of people. And I didn't have that barrier. But they were like, we really don't want to be in front of the camera. For a while, when we first started the Jones Family Hustle, my wife was doing it with me, but she was using her voice instead of actually being on camera. So I would be on camera like this, and she would be over there, and I'd be using her voice, so she didn't have to worry about, she'd be over there reading the lines off the paper. So it's kind of a tug, My kids getting older, and they getting their own little mindset, but I think everybody's getting better with it now. So the vlog is just a little bit of our life and how we transition. And really, it wasn't the easiest thing, but I think it's grooming to be better than when we started. So that's big.
So you weren't one of those, like just say one of those people just say that was like a class clown in high school.
Nah.
That was it? Really?
No, wasn't a class clown.
Didn't make people laugh or none of that in high school?
I wasn't. I think more like in my little own pockets. Maybe if I had like a friend or two, they would probably say, but not. I wasn't. I didn't grab their attention. I was pretty much the quiet kid. Mm-hmm. I was always present in school. I was there every day, man. But my grades just couldn't get right. Like I wasn't disruptive. I wasn't a student that was taking attention away from the class or getting in the teacher's way. I was really just, I didn't really want that attention, and I didn't even know I had that voice. So if you talk to anybody in there, they were like, "Wow, you're doing a lot of speaking now." Don't remember him from high school doing that type of speaking, Yeah, it wasn't none of that, man.
So just all right. I want to talk about this, and we always talk about the importance of fatherhood. Me, you, and Mike. And who was that influence for you? Because you mentioned being having a single mother. Mm-hmm. How did who influenced you as a male role model as a kid?
Man, to be honest and speaking, I don't think I had much of a role model really. My dad was in my life. My mom and my dad broke up when I was 1 year old, so he was always in my life. But I didn't have that relationship with him or connection with him that I could see like stuff like him tying his tie or changing the tire and stuff like that. So all of my experience really came on the go, and like I'm just like I was a dad at 20 years old, so like I'm 33 now. So in that span of time, I feel like I learned a little bit of the hard lessons. Like I was the kid that was pretty much thrown in the pool. And like, hey, you gotta learn how to swim. Yeah. So really not having that role model, man, I kind of picked it up and just knew all the stuff that I felt like I lacked as a kid, which is the voice. And I try to be that. What I felt like I lacked, I try to be that to my kids. Just that strong voice You know, the mom's gonna be the nurturer. Dad got to be the, you know, the disciplinarian, the hard lover. So I feel like I just try to mirror that in their lives, man. But it was really tough not having that role model. You don't even know until you get older.
Right.
Like, I just had that role model. You don't even know. You're trying to pick stuff up, and life comes at you fast. And
right.
So, I wish I had that role model. I can't even pinpoint anybody that was, because I grew up in PG County, Maryland area. All my family's from Florida. So I didn't grow up around my family. Just my sister, my mother, and me, and everybody else is in a whole nother state. Don't have any family. Never really lived around my family. So my uncles and cousins and stuff never had that whole vibe where I grew up with my family where men were there. So I just kind of got it on the go, man.
Yeah. And it's funny, like, as adults now, and when you were kids, you look at the adults like they know everything, and now you're an adult, you're just trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, exactly. We make it look good, man. We make it look good.
Right. Listen, kids, we don't know everything. I know adults and parents don't. We don't know. Sometimes you just make it up as you go, right?
Oh man, it's like all you want to do is this, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool. So, what are like some of your favorite things to do with your boys? You have 3 sons, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. What are your favorite things?
Really, just getting outside with them and just being around them in their own element. I don't like to take them out their own environment. So, you know, I'm not a big video gamer, but they play a little bit of video games. It's football season now. Football season just started. I got 3 kids in tackle this year, all different age groups.
Wow.
I can only coach one team. My oldest will be 13. Okay. I got an 11-year-old. I coach his team, and then my baby is 8 years old. So 3 different teams, 3 different practices. So so that element, sports and YouTube too, man. They like to watch YouTube. So anything in their own environment, element, I try. That's probably my favorite thing to do. And traveling would probably be the number one. Being able to see them mature as they travel and move around, you know, plane rides and different stuff like that. It's like opening their brains to see something outside their own backyard. I think it matures them a lot, man. They had to, you know, and then being able to see that just difference between where they live and where they can go and different places in the world. So I think traveling will probably be my number one when it comes to what to do with them, my things that I love to do with them.
Oh, yeah, they get the experience and see life. Yeah. And even within this country, you get to see and meet people and watch how they live and move. And it's always great for a kid to see that and experience it, because sometimes when you stay in your little bubble, like we know, like people like to glorify the hood, and you just stay hood minded. That's saying your mindset you'll never get a chance to elevate your mindset, because all you know is those walls of your neighborhood. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. You know what I mean? So that's what's up, man. So you mentioned, let's go ahead and shift back to the comedy. So are you doing like any stand up?
Yeah,
or anything like that?
I have a show Saturday in Gardner. Started doing stand up. Really, I fell in love with the sketches and stuff like that. But you know, when studying the art of comedy, stand up is a big part of can be a big part to honing your skills in a different way, a different realm. You know, whether not in the video, but on a live stage and with an audience in front of you. December 2020 was my first time ever doing stand up. I got the chance to host. So since December 20th, I've probably been on the stage probably about 6 times in different ways. So I'm not nowhere near a veteran at it. You know, it's still early and stuff. They say you don't find your voice. Other comedians that have experience say you don't find your voice like 5+ years down the road. That's what they say. So I'm doing one in Gardner. I'm opening for a couple of local comedians that are out of I think from New Jersey or something like that. So just making connections. That's how I end up getting on that show. It's a new little talent room. So should be a good experience, man. Not being scared to fail a lot of times, man. You know, I think that's helped me. I used to, in a way. It's like, man, I'm going out there giving my best swing, and you know, if I fail, it ain't the end of the world. You know, it's not never lost. It's just lessons. You know what I'm saying? 5 years from that point, it's going to be a different me. You know, you just got to grow. You got to grow with the world and with life, but you got to take them swings at the ball in order to hit it. So that's what, that's what I'm doing.
That's dope. That's dope. And that was honestly, that was going to be my next question. Like, what's your mindset like going into that? And you just mentioned that, not being afraid to fail. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's the best way to go at it, because the whole thing is progression, is learning. Okay, from this point, this is where I am, but this is where I want to be. And you can't be afraid of those moments in between. That's not going to be so great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, just say you're on stage. How do you vibe with the crowd? Like, what's your thing? I don't know. I mean, I'm not into comedy, but how do you vibe with the crowd?
I think just be human, man. I think humans connect with humans. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you overly try to do anything. Like, I can only offer the best version of myself. I can't be anybody else as good as I can be myself. So, you know, and everybody's gonna have a different connection with everybody else. Like, you know, some people are hilarious, and then, you know, you Superman. I always used to say, you're Superman to somebody, and to somebody else, you're not even Robin. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on how they connect or whatever it is, like, all I can share is my experience has been the best. And if you connect with me being human, just like any other experience, whether you're a dad that lost his job to whatever your connection is, you'll be able to connect with life. Because we all have that in common, all different heights, colors, and from different backgrounds, but we all have that in common. You can relate to somebody who lost a job or who's raising a kid, don't know what they're doing, or who went to college and dropped out, like wherever you at in life or have been, you should be able to connect with somebody who's, connecting with life and really just being human, man. That's what I try to do. I try to take the human approach to it and not just stay in my lane about what I'm talking about, because I know my information the best and just put it in that form, man.
Got you. So do you have like a favorite joke or anything?
I don't have a...
So what if I put you on the spot right now and I told you?
I don't have a favorite
Could you
joke.
do that?
I'll say I have a couple that I like. I have a couple that I like about my kid. I talk about my son being my wife's side dude. I talk about coming home, right? I talk about him coming home, me coming home, and him being like the better husband. Like, he coming home, like he cooking her Eggos, man. You know, he putting Eggos in the toaster. You know what I'm saying? He got dinner made, you know, he massaging her shoulders. And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming over to my nightstand. He got fidgets and, you know what I'm saying, little Crocs and stuff by the bed. I'm like, man, what's going on? I'm saying, you know, the more and more you spending time and the more and more I go to work, I'm coming home. He's trying to find out when I'm leaving. He's like, well, you know, Dad, when you leave? When you going to work? He's like, okay, all right, cool. You know, those nights he cooking dinner. I'm like, man, they got candles lit in here, man. I'm like, so that's one of my favorite ones. And I got one I'll talk about the COVID babies.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and how these COVID babies, they ugly, man. These COVID babies are stressed, man. They coming out looking like they 88, man. Baby 8 months old, look like he 89. You know what I'm saying? Baby, they got a lot of tension. And the difference between how ugly babies and cute babies are treated. Like, you know, cute babies are treated with so much care. Ugly babies, you know what I'm saying? Nobody care when an ugly baby cry. You know what I'm saying? Let a cute baby cry. Everybody comes to the rescue. When an ugly baby cry, they tell them toughen up. Toughen up. You know what I'm saying? He 8 hours old, man. They tell that baby don't cry. So those are a couple of my favorite ones. And in that format, kind of in that format, but yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Oh, man, the COVID babies, man. Tough times, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you did answer the question, what's your favorite thing to do with your sons? And you have a big family, and you've been with your wife for a long time. How long have you guys been?
We over 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. And you said your first kid when you was 20 years old?
20 years old.
Wow. So you really lived the life.
I've been a dad for a long time.
Yeah. All right, so the next question would be, what's your favorite thing to do when nobody's around? Like, no family. She took the kids away, and you had time all for yourself. Let's just say you had like 5 hours all to yourself. What are you doing?
That is that's such a weird place, man. For real. Like, I think the last time that happened, I found myself in Target walking around, like, not buying anything. I found myself just doing random things for I'm just in Walmart just with no plans on buying nothing, like just touching things and moving around. Like, I came out of Walmart and Target with nothing, like no bags, man. I'm in Target just touching things like, oh, this is nice. You know, I'm touching pots and pans and stuff that I don't have no intention of buying. But I would say, like, my favorite thing probably would do to like karaoke, man. Like singing and dancing. Like, I turn the big speaker on and like, you know, play a song and I kind of like dance to it. Act like I'm on stage. You know, I don't know what that something is about. Like dancing is like my release of energy. Being able to dance, that's like a secret nobody really knows. Like I do dancing and stuff like that. I try to implement it in my skits when I do the Papa JoJo with the masked character.
Yeah. I saw the Michael Jackson one.
Yeah, that's how I get my dancing out in a way. You know, it's not me, but it's another character. But I would say like singing and dancing, man. Just like in that 5 hours, there's just so much goes on. You're trying to fill space. You're like, man, I know I have to do something. I got 5 hours to myself. I need to do something. And so I would say karaoke, man. Like my own little karaoke and listening to music. That's probably my release.
Got you. That's pretty dope, man. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a little thing that I do where I call a wrap up, where I wrap up the interview, and it's a fill in the blank. So basically, I say confidence is what to genius.
Okay.
Confidence is what to Genius Jones?
Essential.
Explain.
Because I believe that, you know, that it's in the mindset. So once you build your rapport and you're confident all around, I feel like, you know, once you're confident, man, you can do anything. You have to first believe yourself that you can do it, man. And that takes a lot of the fright or the fear in anything. Just being confident and standing behind yourself. If nobody else gonna believe, it's gonna be you. That's the best and the most important person that needs to believe and be confident in yourself. So once you do that, and it's contagious, man. That confidence, you can give like confidence. They don't really say you can give it, but I believe like when you're around confident people, I believe it just goes. It fills the room and the environment, man. So yeah, confidence is essential, man.
Dope. That's dope. All right, attitude is what to Genius Jones?
I believe attitude is everything.
Go ahead.
Attitude is everything, man. Like your attitude, like you can live the customer service, man. Your attitude can change the way your interaction or your connection or relationship with somebody is. You know, you go to Chick-fil-A and you go to McDonald's. There's the difference. The attitude they put into making them chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A is totally different, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it might be fake. It might not even be real, man. But the way in which they hand you that Polynesian sauce, it's a different energy, man. Then when you get that sweet and sour at McDonald's, that Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce, the way they handed it, you need 19 sauces? Sure, my pleasure. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't looking at you crazy. They give you all the sauces you asked for. You ask for 100 sauces today, you get 100, and they'll count them in front of you. They'll count them one by one. And then if you leave without the sauce, they'll chase your car down. They're like, hey sir, they'll chase your car down and make sure you got them sauces, man. I'm telling you, man. So the energy, their attitude is what people know them by. People go to Chick-fil-A, man, because of that customer service and that attitude, man. So attitude is everything. Hey, attitude is everything.
That's a dope explanation. I get it. Whoa, boy. All right, not the last one, but second to last. Mindset is what to genius?
Mindset, I'll say it's food. Why I say you need to digest it. You need it to go forward. You need it in every sense of the word. It's like a fuel. I would say it's your fuel, man. Mindset is your fuel. That's what's gonna get you through them hard days. That's what's gonna make you believe things even before they happen. That mindset will tell you you're rich even before you get a dollar. You know what I'm saying? So if your mindset clicks on and it tells you 5 years you're gonna be where you want to be, like that's gonna keep you working towards that goal. It can also stop you. You know what I'm saying? Your mind gonna tell your body what to do. Once your mind stops, your body shut down, man. I don't care how strong you are physically.
Right.
If your mind ain't right, you can bench 350. You go in that gym, your mind ain't right, man.
Right.
Your mind gonna weaken your body. That's the command center. So yeah, your mind is fuel, man. That's the fuel that powers everything.
Sure, and that's a good segue and transition into, I like my guests to project themselves into the future. So Genius Jones is who moving forward? You can project whatever you like.
I would say Genius Jones is a business owner, man. He works in his own business, man. No knock to like having a job or anything like that, but just being able to employ people. I'll be my own entity, being able to employ people, and I'll be able to do things that are more purposeful, and I'll be able to give more energy to my family So I'll say an entrepreneur. I would say a producer. I would say someone that's able to be a full philanthropist, man. Be able to give back a lot of things to the school systems and community. Being able to have money, not to hold it or not to be greedy over it, but more so to like be able to expound resources in the environment around me, man, which is big.
Dope. That's dope. That's
so
dope.
Free, man. Just a free man, man. It's free.
Hey, dope. Look, I appreciate you coming on and clap it up for Genius.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, like I like to say, we all go through that roller coaster of life. So why not have a guide to elevate your mindset? Jim out.